Hey, so today I am going to make a pros and cons of Jacksonville, Florida. So, uh, we'll just go ahead and start off with one major pro, my cats. Yeah, my little babies. Yes, my baby. Yes, my baby. My baby. Um, so, yeah, they're the ultimate pro, no matter where I am. But, yeah, so we're gonna do pros and cons, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm gonna try to do this all in one video. I try really hard to do a bunch of videos, but then somebody calls or something happens or my phone freaks out or whatever. I get wordy and my video's too long and I have to upload a video, then redo, and you know how it goes. So, I would like to start out by saying a few things before I get into the pros and cons first, and I'm going to try not to be super wordy about it. So why am I talking about where I currently live? Because I don't normally talk about where I currently live. Because I am not staying. I'm not going to say when. I'm not saying where I'm going. I am getting out of the American South. That's all I'm going to say about it. Especially the deep South, I mean, I've obviously been there and visited and stuff, but I've never been to, I've never lived in Georgia or Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. I've never lived in South or North Carolina. Now, where I lived in Tennessee was right there on the state border of Virginia and North Carolina. And, Asheville, North Carolina was just a skip away. And, Bristol, Virginia was right there. I've never lived in Virginia, definitely never West Virginia. So the primary states I've lived in the South is where I was born and raised, which was the Louisville, Metro Kentucky area. Now, we lived on the Indiana side. So it does make a difference, even though you're born and raised in the metro area. Being on the Indiana side does make a huge difference. So Louisville tends to be a bit more of a Midwestern city anyways. Even though it's in Kentucky. It still has plenty of Southern flair to it, I mean, that's where a lot of the bourbon bars are, and, there's a lot of Kentucky culture in Louisville because it's the largest city, the Derby, all that good stuff. But in terms of just general attitude and other things, it's more of a Midwestern city. It definitely has Southerners in it. It has people that are from other parts of Kentucky or Tennessee or something. And, they're definitely more Southern in attitude. Now, my family, we were born and raised in the Louisville metro area. Moon, look at this. He just jumps up there and does the... I got cat TV on, and he thinks if he jumps up there, he can get the birdie. Oh, you got a hat. So, yeah, look at them. Oh, YouTube cat TV. And find ones with like lots of birds and squirrels. That's what it looks like. It's just squirrels jumping up there, birds and stuff coming to eat nuts and berries and stuff. And they have all different kinds of, like, they have the tropical version where these tropical birds come and eat mangoes and stuff, and they are addicted. If I need them to calm down a little bit, they're running around the house too much, being a little too crazy, bird TV it is. And I mean, it has their attention. So, you can also do like fishes and stuff like that. They'll watch the fish. I don't do the actual cat TV, fish TV. I like the Monterey Bay Aquarium, you know, so you can watch the aquarium in real time. It's just really relaxing. So if I'm in a more relaxed mood, I'll put that on. But I mean, I still want them to play and be awake, and stimulated. I just don't want them to be quite so hyper as they have been this morning. They've been bouncing off the walls. There he goes again. Come on. You are the BAD. You're bad, bad baby. Yes, you've been a bad babies. A little bad baby. Yes. As you can tell, he really gets in trouble. So, hi. Yeah. So the reason why I'm talking about Jacksonville, which is where I'm at now, is because I am not staying. So I'm just very unhappy here. I'm gonna go ahead and be very clear. And you know, I've been in Jacksonville for years now. So I did this video about 3 years ago, and I felt like I had a firm grasp on the general idea of Jacksonville. But when you're here for years and you have a lot more to go off of, you know, you have a lot deeper feel for something, even if you have a firm grasp on something. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's not good. You know, where I'm from in the South is Eastern Tennessee and Kentucky, and Jacksonville, in terms of beauty, natural beauty, the beach, you know, it has the beach here. That's obviously the big selling point for this area, is the beach, you know, being by the ocean, which I am going to go visit the ocean one last time here. And, you know, go out and spend the day at the beach, one more time before I head out. I just gotta wait for a day where it won't thunderstorm like half the day. So yeah, I am going to be doing that. But you are a wild baby. You're just a wild baby. So I'm a real wild. God, you're a vicious little demon. So where I'm from in Louisville, it has plenty of Southern culture in it, and it's definitely, you know, in the South. I'm just saying, God damn it. Sorry, the outdoor cats are fighting. I hear them out there. Hey, 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 hey! 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 Stop it! God damn it, Tom. Alright, well, Tomcat's gonna lose a lot of hair. So, okay. Come on, boys. I know. Lots of action. Yeah. What did you get into? Why you got stuff all over you? Come on, double trouble. Come on, babies. Come on. In the house. In the house. Sorry if it got Cloverfield there for a minute. We have 3 male cats in the cat colony outside. Tomcat, Spooky, and Tiger. Tiger's their dad, right? Tom is our baby. We love Tom. You know, we're really attached to Tom. We love him. He's the sweetest cat. He really is. But towards the other male cats, he's very territorial. I mean, insanely so. The only thing is Tiger and Boo, my cat Boo Bear, Tiger and Boo are like peas and carrots. There is no Tiger without Boo. And it is the only other cat Boo likes. She likes her kittens, obviously. You know, they're not. But like right now, Boo kind of hates every cat, even Tiger a little bit. But she'll tolerate Tiger more than she will the 2 kittens. I think because the 2 kittens are inside, and she's getting ready to have her second litter in 5 months. She's a lot moodier this go round. I mean, she is way moodier. She goes between purring and growling, like a real low growl. She just straight up low growls at the kittens. I think she's just wanting them out of here so she can have her next batch. But I have a kitten cave set up for her in the laundry room. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. You know, if she wasn't having more kittens, I would just have Asshole here. I would just have him take care of her, you know, and all the rest. Her having a second batch of kittens after I've spent 3 months wrangling with the Humane Society to get her spayed. You know, I have been starting this journey. We're going on 4 months now, because it was like the very beginning of May, late April, early May, that I've been trying to get her spayed. And they put me in this program. Well, the program works with Humane Society, but it's not run by the Humane Society. So they kept giving me the runaround. I called in early May, and they couldn't get them in to be neutered until July. And I was just like, I have to get these cats spayed and neutered. I don't think you get it. And, you know, at the time, it was just like, I have 6 cats I have to spay and neuter. You know, there's no way I can afford that. That's insane. That's $1,000 worth of cat surgery. And, you know, I was just like, you know, we're financially strapped, you know, taking on these kittens for her, you know? And it's just like, I don't mind. I love it. And the thing is like the cat colony, they've all been having more kittens. Well, we have Boo left in the cat colony. I mean, she's not in the cat colony. She's my cat, but like she's indoor, outdoor, and she keeps getting pregnant because the level of whining she does to go outside is so insane. I have to let her out because she's used to being an indoor, outdoor cat. And that's just it. You know, I did keep her indoors primarily, like straight through. She didn't go outside for 3 months. But then it got to such a point, you know, we had 5, you know, I kept holding on to the kittens so I could get them spayed and neutered and get their vaccinations. And it kept falling through the cracks. And Moon got sick. He got a fever. And sometimes they just get random fevers. You know, it's basically just like a random cold or something for a cat. They called it a fever of unknown origin. He just had a fever. So, and then a few weeks later, Cloud got the same one. But we took him to the Humane Society, and I was just like, you know, my kitten's really sick, you know. And then they started asking me, and they're like, he's in Kitten Crusaders. Why isn't he? Because he was going on 4 months. He wasn't quite yet, but he was going on 4 months. So like, why isn't he neutered? Does he have vaccinations, anything? I was like, no, they've been giving me their runaround the entire time. So the Humane Society, they do the same thing. It's just, you know, they're really overloaded. That's why they kind of pawn a bunch of kittens off to the other thing. Well, they saw how bad I was getting the runaround. So they were just like, they took Moon in for the weekend to help him with his fever. And then they put the kittens in their program. So we did have another appointment to get them spayed and neutered. But at this rate, I had already given the 3 girls to the Humane Society. So they're all spayed, neutered, and vaccinated now. But they're also signed over to the Humane Society. If they're not already adopted out, I'm sure they are. So all we have left is the 2 boys. The thing is when their neuter appointment came around a couple weeks ago, Cloud was sick with that fever. And you can't operate. You can operate with a fever, but it's definitely not preferable. So I had to reschedule their neuter. She's about to pop. Looks like she swallowed a fucking bowling ball. She's huge. She is about to pop. So, if this was like a month ago, because I think cat gestation lasts about 8 weeks, maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. If this was a month ago when she was only like a couple weeks along, would I have cared to get her spayed? No, I don't care. But you can see like babies kicking inside of her. She looks like she swallowed a fucking bowling ball, So it's just like, yeah. So they're going in Friday. But that's my cat drama. But we have nothing but males out there except for one female cat. So, I would like to get her spayed, obviously. As I was saying, Boo getting pregnant again complicates things. Because we're going to get into why I'm moving and the cons that cause that. But, yeah, I might have to turn Boo over to the Humane Society, but I can't do that without Tiger because Boo just does not function without Tiger. So, and Tiger, he's a really friendly, gentle cat. Even though he's an outdoor cat, he's super sweet. He's super friendly. Very food oriented. Like, he is definitely motivated by food. So, if you have treats and food, he will be your best friend. But he's always been the most loving, sweet, gentle cat. And that's Boo's baby daddy. That's the kitten's dad. The 2 kittens' cat. And honestly, I hate to do it, but, I spent so long trying to get her spayed, and I kept getting the runaround, and I can't afford all this. Her 5 kittens, we probably, the 4 months that we had 5 kittens with Boo, we spent every bit in 4 months $1,000 at least, if not more, probably $1,200 over the span of 4 months on food and treats and cat litter and the rest of it. Once they get about 8 weeks, once they hit about 8 weeks, once they started, beginning of May, 6 to 8 weeks, that's when they started hitting that milestone. They started eating solid food. And when you're feeding 6 cats indoors solid food, and we kept feeding Boo wet food because she was breastfeeding, that gets expensive fast. They burn through it. Not to mention I feed the outdoor cats. And we've always fed the outdoor cats. But I don't know. Normally I have a better system going on with the outdoor cats. I like to feed them once in the morning, leave water out there for them, and then I'll feed them in the evening. I prefer to feed them in morning and evening times rather than, especially in the summer, rather than like high noon. I might I normally might go out there and give them a little bit of a snack, and like a little bite to eat, just like a little nibble pile. But it's too hot. I'd rather them eat in the morning and eat in the evening because they're not burning alive. They can actually fill their bodies up. So, you know, and really at high noon, unless one of them's just super hungry, they're, you know, trying to find a shady spot to sleep. And if we can get Tiger out of there, because Tiger and Tomcat, they fight like crazy. And Spooky, the other cat, he's a all black male. Thing is Spooky's just as big as Tom. Tom's a big boy and Spooky's just a big boy, so they're neck and neck. So I mean, they could both easily fuck each other up. But yeah, Tom picks on Tiger. He picks on all the other male cats. And there's one other male cat. It's a black and white cat. And there's two black and white cats. They're siblings. They look like twins. It's a male and a female. The female she has like 6-week-old kittens. They look about 6-7 weeks. They're super cute. I'm trying to trap those. I'd like to trap her with them so we can take her in and get her spayed and vaccinated. If we can get her spayed and vaccinated and we can get Boo taken care of, there will be no more female cats. And that's a big reason why I took all the females from this litter to the Humane Society. I'm trying to get rid of the problem. So I have already taken quite a few females. And I've taken all their kittens that I can find. If I can keep them with the mother, I will. You know, one cat in particular, Spider, it didn't matter how much I fed her. I could not get her weight back up. The immense pressure of breastfeeding and taking care of two kittens just was not, I could not keep up with her and food. And we found 2 of her kittens. I don't know if she had any more, but we did get 2 of them. And I just took her and the kittens. They were still breastfeeding, and I just took them down. And I was just like, you know, let them finish weaning and have at it. So we got rid of that problem. I mean, as soon as the kittens come out, I try to take them all. The only 2 that we're keeping are these 2. You know, we have another cat, baby girl. She's been spayed. Now she belongs to somebody else. She's an indoor cat now. She belongs to our roommate. And he just paid out of pocket, you know, but it's just like, you know, he only has the 1 cat to deal with, you know, and when she had her kitten, she only had 3, and he got him out of there at 6 weeks. He didn't fuck around with the Humane Society in a big program or anything. He's just like, take the kittens, which honestly is what I should have done. So, I mean, did I have a fun experience, you know, and everything? Yeah. I'm really pissed off in the fact that they ended up staying for 4 months because I got attached. You know, it's really, really hard to not be attached to an animal when you have them for that long, especially a little baby kitten. So, but it's just like, at the same time, it's insane to have 6 cats inside your house. You know, and it's just like, we can't live like this. It was getting ridiculous. And it was. I mean, it was getting ridiculous how we were living. You know, for the first 8 weeks, it wasn't so bad. But, because, you know, they don't really start investigating and wobbling around till about 5-6 weeks. And, you know, at 8 weeks, this room was enough. You know, it was enough to entertain them, enough for them to explore. By 10-12 weeks, they were constantly trying to bust out the door, which is fine. It's just when they're that little and there's 5 of them, it's not great. They have to be supervised or else they'll get into everything. You know, they'll get into everything they aren't supposed to. Do I care if Boo roams the house? No, because I know Boo's not going to do something crazy. But I mean, she's an adult cat. She doesn't have interest in kittens. Get into everything, and they explore the world with their mouths. They're very oral, so they chew on everything. And you know, I mean, 5 of them running around the house. I'd let them do it, but they had to be supervised. And then it started getting to a point, you know, by 4 months rolling along, there would be, every time we opened the door to come in here, and don't get me wrong, this is a huge room. You know, it was plenty big enough for them to run around up to a point. But every time I opened that door, it was 2 kittens bolting. They would wait. They would wait for you at the door. They would wait for you to open it. And they would listen. They would listen to hear you coming. I mean, it was evil. It was diabolical, for real. And it was adorably evil, but they're fast, man. They're smart. And they would wait at that door and they would listen. They would listen for you, and then you could see them run to the door. So we had to think of ways to like barricade the door so we could walk in to minimize as many kittens bolting out the door, because they bolt out like a bullet. So we would have at least 1 or 2 bolt out, and then we would have to close the door, run after, and then I would start holding the kittens in front of me and open the door and like put the kittens in front of the other kittens to like push them back. Because I mean, it's 5 kittens, and you know, they're not huge full grown cats, but at 3-4 months they're decent size, and 5 of them, it's 5 against 1, you know. They overpower you and fast. I mean, it's the rodeo. It was adorable, but I mean, every single day for 2 months it starts to grate on you. And you know, I don't want this house isn't big enough for 6 cats. It's just not. 6 cats plus our roommate's cat, which at the time he had 3 kittens. You know, I mean, it was bad. So no, I mean, I have been busting my butt to get these cats out of here. And I'm trying to get all the females to the Humane Society at the very least. Tiger's the one male that I don't know, the 2 black and white ones, the female, the mom cat, the one that keeps having kittens, she is super sweet. Like, she's one of the sweetest, most affectionate, lovely cats. And she's been through so much. I mean, through so much. And she's had 3 litters in just the last, like, 9 months. And, you know, these kittens, like the last litter, if you saw my videos, it's the kittens with the bad eyes that I had to get the eye cream. I was able to save 3 of the eyes. I wasn't able to save all 4. But the one eye was just so far gone, there was no saving it. I mean, I got the infection down at least, you know. Like, I got it under control. Whereas the other 3 eyes, I completely saved. You know, they were completely normal. That she's the mom of those 2. Well, the other 2 kittens that I'm seeing now, she probably had a bigger litter, but, you know, they hide them really well. So we had no idea until the kittens popped out one day. And their eyes look normal. They look they look healthy for outdoor kittens. So, you know, I saw her get pregnant, you know, and I made sure she ate extra. And I've done nothing but feed her since ever since she gave birth. I mean, I've done nothing but feed that cat. And the kittens are turning out way better this time. Now, the first litter from like 9-10 months ago, she ate those kittens. So, I mean, she went from eating them to they're coming out really healthy. So, I mean, that's what happens when you care for something, for somebody. So, I mean, eating their kittens isn't normal, but it's not unnormal, you know, especially for an outdoor cat. That's the reality of nature in the animal kingdom. So, I mean, a lot of people have a tendency to, like, what is it, the word? Is it like anthropomorphize an animal, you know, to make it something it's not? And I get that, you know. I mean, like, a lot of people are like, it's my baby. No, it's my real child. And I get that. I get that whole thing. But you have to still be very, very conscious that it's still a wild animal deep down. It's still an animal. And, you know, she is the sweetest cat you ever met. She is. But she ate her damn kittens because she was so malnourished. She was so, had no way of caring for them. So, yeah. And then you have these two little hoodlums. Mm-hmm. Aren't you? Yeah, she got babies. You sunbathing. You sleepy. You sleepy baby. But, I mean, I do the same shit, you know. But, I mean, when you're getting down to, like, seriously caring for these animals, you know, for real, you know, because a lot of people, they just have one cat and, you know, it's feed them every day, give them a few treats and play with the toys and make a silly video. And that's all great. But this is not that situation. I've had to deal with, we're now on kitten 15 and 16. And while they're super adorable, yeah, trust me, by the time you get into 16 kittens plus about 8 adult cats, you know, including the outdoor ones, yeah, it you see it a different way. So, because everything about them, not them so much, not these kittens, not baby girl, Boo, the 4 cats, it's not so bad for them, it's not them so much, but the outdoor cats, it's about survival. And I feed them twice a day in an effort to make it less about survival for them. Because honestly, the 2 black and white cats, I might try to give the Humane Society. They really need to go. That one cat has been through so much. The other one, and they're, you know, they can't be apart. They have to be adopted together. And Boo and Tiger, and really that would just leave Tom, Spooky. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I'm missing a cat. It would leave like 2 or 3 cats left, all male, which is what I want. You know, we did lose 1 cat. I don't know what happened to her. Oh, is that my Thomas Catius? What's that bad boy? So, you okay? I saw that cat fight. Hi, babies. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'll give you guys a little snack. It's hot. So, hold on, baby. Hold on. Yeah, here. Yeah, this is the one that keeps having, she ate her kittens, but her newest batch turned out really healthy. So she's come a long way in the last year. Hi, baby. Oh, she's still a little jumpy. But she's super sweet. She's not aggressive or anything. Hold on, baby. Let me get you some food. I know, God. You have to investigate. And honestly, that is a big reason why I've stayed. It wasn't my relationship. I don't put that much weight in relationships anymore. I used to, you know. Before I would have stayed for the relationship, the cats would have been on the back burner. Not that I didn't love my animals, you know. I have always been a huge animal lover. But I used to prioritize my romantic relationships above my animals, which is normal. And that's not like the worst thing in the world. But you get older, you get divorced, you know, you understand that relationships come and go. So, come on. Sorry for the Cloverfield. All right, I know, little babies. Let's get you all a snack. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Come on, whiny butts. Oh, it looks like it's gonna rain. Oh no. Tom Tom, you want some food, bud? Hey, grouchy ass. What's up, cage fighter? Jean-Claude Van Cat over here. So, yeah, you need to eat, you grouchy ass. Cat Norris. All right. So, yeah, you get to know them. So, Tom this is just Tom's home. Tomcat, his name's, we call him Tom, but it's Tomcat. He's call him Tom for Tomcat. And he is a Tomcat. I would like to get him neutered and vaccinated, but, is that a kitten? Hi. Oh, are you a little tiny Tom made over? Yeah, we know who your daddy is. I don't know if you can see the kitten on the tire. That's her kitten. I'm trying to catch them, but they're wild as shit. So, yeah. And they hop in that truck. So, in the neighbor's truck. But, oh, they're so cute. And that's another thing. We had to start feeding them because they're now big enough for dry food. But I gotta build up trust with them, or asshole does, and get them to the Humane Society. Or I don't know, try to find somebody with an animal trap them and take them in. These cats, I could get any of them in the carrier. They're so used to me. Tom, he could be made an indoor cat. He loves being indoors. Honestly, they're all so docile now. Anyways, I've digressed too much. Long story short, I want to keep Boo, but me moving, not being here to help her care for those kittens, and him trying to figure out his work situation. Yeah, it's gonna probably be too much for him. If we didn't have the two kittens, Boo could easily stay in the room and take care of her kittens, and he could go to work and come back and make sure she's okay, but it's not that way. We were trying to get her spayed before this happened again, because, it was cool the first time. It's a setback, it's a happy setback, but I just don't see how it's feasible after all the headache we've gone through with this first batch, and the two boys still aren't neutered. I got Moon vaccinated. We're still waiting on vaccinations. And see, I wish they kept him for 2 days. I just wish they would have just neutered him then. Kept him for a few more days and neutered him. It would have saved me a lot of headache that I've already been through quite a bit with them. So, I hate to do it because I love my Boo Bear, but she's been really, she's changed since she's had the kittens. She's been really, really standoffish towards me. And, she still loves me, she still cares about me, but she's not the same cat that she was before she had the first litter. And this second litter, Oh God, that cat's tripping. She is grouchy, she's moody, she's hateful. I mean, she's purring and growling at the same time. I mean, she doesn't know what she feels. And you know, her poor little body has been through so much, and I was trying to get rid, not have this happen. And it's like at the same time, you know, we're doing good to make our bills work, you know, let alone pay for all these spays and neuters. All right, I'm gonna have to make this 2 videos.